So far, I was doing this as long as a. We started on Friday, so for 3 days straight, I've been reading old logs, archives, and everything, and people's tweets about Rob and his behavior. And if you read some of his old Deviantart journal posts, especially before his like wife cheated on him and stuff and he divorced, he hasn't really changed much as a person. He always had that grind set mentality. And I was reading over all of this, and yeah, you'll see what I mean. I'm getting my work out there. Like he kind of talks the same way as this though. See, like back on the grind. He's been saying this for years. Letting originals go for cheap. Okay, let's read this. Because I haven't done much for the Indiegogo project, which I am trying to. This is Rob's wife. Like, this is his wife. Like, she's the one, she writes on his journals every once in a while. And she basically gives, like, life updates on their, like, rents and whatever. And they talk about bills they need to pay. Yeah. This one isn't that crucial either. I'm trying to find the one where it talks about the Indiegogo envy. Uh-oh, let's read this one. This might be way longer because I'm reading multiple things at once. Isn't helpful in the least. In essence, it comes from low self-esteem. This isn't good quality because it will be unhappiness, although it may give you. I feel like this is sort of, he's right about this back in 2000 and, I think 12, 11? Yeah, 12. Yeah, he's right about, like, being too envious and jealous. But the thing is that he took these comments, and he can't take criticism anymore. Like, back then, he didn't really, like, sometimes he's like, oh, I didn't like how I did this. It's like, oh, my old work is not that great. It's like, oh, I'm not that good. Yeah, like, right here. Those of higher talent rates will still have to work hard. Yeah. Yeah, he is skilled. He's really skilled in what he does. Oh, I read this one already. Oh my god, actually, let's ping it up right now. The fact that he doesn't tell him, like, get over yourself. This man says it himself, too. I'm like, what? He says, get over himself. Sometimes it's good to pat your back on accomplishments. But when you get done a piece that you poured blood, sweat, blah, 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 you can throw the whole planet Earth in different galaxies or natural feelings. Pride is another thing that you have to be extremely careful of. Last week I was talking about envy. How it can have detrimental effects on your artistic well-being. By the way, this is going to probably be suddenly deadly. It's good to feel proud about your achievements. Like you're being said, yeah, I did this. I rule. If when those feelings stack up over time, that becomes dangerous. Every day as of late, I've been personally telling myself, get over yourself. You're not as great as you think you are. If only... Yeah. He loves to talk about how he's not perfect and how he's not perfect and things like, oh, I'm only human. My art's the shit. But there are times where people actually criticize his work. It was like, oh, this leg looks weird, or hey, this looks kind of thing. And he gets so defensive. And like, this is talking about back in like between 2019 to now. Like, if you point out anything that you think kind of looks weird, he gets kind of like passive aggressive towards you. And it comes out and he says something along the lines of, oh, you haven't been drawing the same way I have, therefore shut up. I'm like, you don't need to be a cook to know the food is bad. Oh my god. To feel like I'm the main character of the story and save the world. We all grew for our main characters. We are no means shaping the world we think we are. I know whose ego has been turning them stiff. They can't take a critique well. They blow up if someone points out their own personal opinion on a particular way a character's been drawn. Why? Over time, they get bloated with so much praise and congratulations that they somewhat feel like they're now a god. And that at point, they're basically thinking, I'm a god. You know what this means? You can't touch me. It's a sad way to go down. Oh my god. This is really ironic. This is ironic. This is funny and ironic. Few of them go to the point where bashing their own fans, and the fans continue to praise and miss the bashing. Which is why I tell myself every so often, get over yourself. You're not as great as you think you are. When those probably begin, because I hate to visit myself in the future. Oh my god. Because I would hate to visit myself in the future and find out how much of a douche I would turn. I didn't read this all the way through. I didn't read. Oh no. All I saw was this highlighted part. But this. Someone better screen cap this. Oh my god. I'm using this for realsies. I would hate to visit myself in the future to find out how much of a douche I would turn out if not doing so. Remember this. Remember this. It's good to know when you're good to get off, but sorry, it's bad to know you're good enough to trample of. It's bad to know that you're good enough to try and trample others. I guess I have to express this because I feel that I'm getting popular. I'm averaging 3,000 messages, comments a week now, and it's growing. I want this journal to be here as a reminder for me to keep my cool and never forget where I came from no matter where I end up. It's my own little way to ensure that I stay humble and always serve others first before serving myself. Irony. Do you have your own little way? Oh, this is, oh my god, this is an eye-opener. Probably one of my favorite entries, because it really shows the irony and sadness of it all. Procrastination. Let's see what this one's about. We're not perfect creatures, it happens. People say this a lot. The thing about him saying this over and over is that all the things he's, like, done wrong as recent as, like, 2019, around that time, is that he hasn't changed his behavior, and he blames other people for the actions he has done himself. And he says, like, I'm not perfect. This is all people's fault. The reason why I act like this is it's his fault. Blah, blah, blah. Like, he tries to undermine what the fuck it thing means. So, life is hard. You're definitely gonna have hard work. You do that, you both should quit. You're a mother effing boss. Orange push-ups. For being such a bot. This word. Or overworked and burnt myself out. That's going to happen. It was basically a failure to pace myself. It's hard to get back on a loop. You should not be judging where you can. Seriously, get a set and keep going and keep to it. Cue laugh track to this line. Because he always had it, like, he would always make these schedule systems, and by some of the tweets of people who say that they've been under the Crimson subscription and stuff, he hasn't been consistent with his schedule system. Hell, you don't really, like, even on his other account, like, he released, like, his Final Fantasy things, but other than that, he hasn't really talked about being, like, productive on Crimson all that much. I could be wrong, though. You can go back and fix it later once you find the problem. You know what? Your creative process should never outweigh your recreational. Don't go overboard. Irony. I'm sorry. All I can think about is, like, this is all too ironic. This feels like it feels as if this whole thing is planned or something. Lust. Horniness. Emote. So how can it, like, a artistic health? Do you know how much your grading self is negative for you? Like, these are good advice! The fact that he didn't follow through with this shit 10 years later, that's really irritating. My goodness. Overeater. Do I want to read this? Nah. Actually, you know what? Let me let me read it. You ate so much of this arse you can't time to scratch your proper anatomy. He's right about this is irritating. Like, bruh. This is all a bruh moment. By the way, all of his Twitch stream VODs are all deleted. So I can't even look for about that. Okay, we're gonna skip through things better. We're reading this. You'll be social. You'll never get anywhere being a loner. You'll have to meet and develop relationships with different artists and people you meet. That in itself requires effort. Don't be scared to ask other two people. Some be told to be very busy. But you're not vibrant and quick at comment because they won't answer it, or answer it. We'll just make fun of you about knowing. I kid. Okay. Be humble. Oh, this is a juicy word. A juicy sentence. Don't be still when someone brings up a valuable area you can learn from. You can still give your reasoning to appear like you know it all, but be curious and remember that you're imperfect. It's possible. It's having a lion draw a dog. Weird comparison. But a lion can draw in the first place. What? What is this? Okay, whatever. Commissions. I haven't... There's nothing in relation... It doesn't seem... Yeah, it doesn't seem... Crymore. Let's read this one. I haven't heard about those commissions going bad, so... This dude, by the way, he hasn't been active on his like, Deviantart for, like, I think it was, like, 6 years he hasn't been using his Deviantart. And on Twitter, it's been 2 years. E3 is disappointing. Yeah, sure. I mean, he's not wrong. Racial activism in me. I don't know if I read that or not. Did I? Oh, yeah, I did read this. Yeah, it's not really... I mean, it's a good read, but, like, it's not nothing too crazy. Squall's dead? I'm not reading that. It doesn't seem like it's anything. There's a lot of, August posts. Last week. Oh, last week. Wait. Okay, so I guess that was important. Wait, art book. Okay, let's read this one. His store envy is down. I checked. The link doesn't work. Yeah, it does not work. I'm getting back to commissions. I will be punning some of them as I want to clear up my time. My other pursuits like Rat Rage, Crymore, and Udon. I will contact you if I choose to refund you for your commission. Fourth, I am working on my first real art book, showcasing a lot of work I've done. And I will be including some fresh new work that I will not post here, including fully finished work. Okay, so he mentions the sketchbook. Back to the grind. Back to the grind indeed, my dude. And here's the other one in relation to refunds. Let's read this. Last week I was dropping some commissions. Not all of them. I'll be refunding people for them. This was back in 2012. Let me look at the... Yeah, I talked mostly about the commissions on October. It does, like, there isn't anything in regards to the commissions he did on August. So, depending on anything. If you don't get email, then you're good to go. Or, Rob's too good for commissions, now he's doing pro work. One can make. Has anyone actually said this to him? Or is he making this up? Is this something I think about when he talks in, like, the third person? I'm like, has anyone actually said this to him? I want to know. I've been charging much too low to make ends meet. Okay, alright. Okay, so if you go to his old, like, commissions, yeah, he did underpay himself a fuck ton. Stockpile is a strain on my overall tasks, not almost combined my desk. Feels like a ball and chain. It's my fault. Again, it's my fault I'm in those situations in the first place, but I have to just learn from them and play smarter. I don't like being human, but what can you do? Since I've started working udon, which has helped me see my worth and helped me, which is something I feel guilty doing. I'm tired of being put where I'm questioning not to draw how valuable my time really is. Okay, so this is one of the first, like, slightly major shifts when he got that job. This is reasonable, too. Like, this is nothing, like, too crazy, but you're definitely due. I'm sorry. And I'm sorry that I failed to meet your expectations. I may be considered a weakling. I feel much stronger. Okay, so he's talking about commissions and stuff. He said he will be refunding them. There's nothing much about this situation. I think I read this one. Wait, what? Wait a second. He didn't say this in his blog post and okay, let me show you what I mean. Hopefully the thing is about him saying, "Oh, my wife is actually pretty supportive." But if you go to this now deleted blog post he made ages ago, she hated here it is. She hated the female characters I drew so young, and any basic normal she looked too into and accused me of entertaining it. I even played games on eggshells, and when something pops up, and the entire mood would be to ape shit. Like this, he talks about how she hated the female characters he drew, but on this one it says she knows I'm not buying into a space where it promotes sexism. But I'm like, who appreciates and understands basically like he says how he hates her drawings, but it's been shown many times, even like on her on her DeviantArt account, she liked like posts of his pinup stuff. So I'm like, I'm kind of confused when he talks about that, but like maybe it's like maybe like later down the line or something. I don't know. Maybe something happens where she kind of started getting insecure. Let's actually keep reading. Okay, this is talking about her cheating, and yeah, this affected him a lot. But yeah, on this one, this is back in 2019. So maybe there was some sort of like change between those years. But it's so odd. It's so odd to see. That's an interesting one. Oh, I think yeah, I have this on. I think this is when the same time I saw the artist beat. Yeah, this is where I at the same time. November 23rd of 2012. Yeah, this is around the same day, October 28th, 2012. So I already written about that. And this is when he closed his commissions in December. So yeah, it's consistent. The months are consistent. I mean, take a look all the time people who may not be skilled or I'm pretty sure they don't feel the best about their work. Okay. Okay, there's nothing on this one. Okay, what? Okay, let's read this one. Stop being a pansy and just draw. Okay. This is he's been saying that for years too. Fiction. Whatever. I'm gonna read these later. My main goal was to find the sketchbook. Dang, I'm not a social butterfly. Okay, he's talking about this one. Won't speak my mind anymore. I'll read that later. We're gonna keep. Okay, he was right. He didn't talk. He doesn't speak. I won't express my personal opinions on anywhere on my Twitter or my blog. So have some art. That is all. Or what have you. Nothing major happens. He still thinks his thing on his Instagram and whatever. Okay, finally we found it. Grab the sketchbook. I think this is the Indiegogo. Yep, this is the Indiegogo. The sketchbook that did not deliver. Did not deliver at all. And the last one was free. Last comment was 3 years ago. I hope no one forgets about this. Like, even if it's like 18,000, this is probably pocket change to him. But I pray to God every time he talks about his thing, do not forget about his first scam. I really hope no one forgets about this. into illustration. This is his old Patreon, which is deleted in light of recent events. And that is the last post. Yeah, he was right about not him talking about the art community, even though he said he wasn't gonna give his opinion. I'm gonna make sure this does not get forgotten. Let's find the original. Okay, we went through everything. Alright, I think that's everything on his DeviantArt after that one post. But yeah, basically, he promised. Let me go through the updates of this. Let's go from the very beginning. Shipping is included. International shipping. More than one copy. Yeah, so this is when he announced it. So the campaign is funded. This book is being made. Also, this is the funding for the book. Books will be shipped. On October 1st, he said he shipped out the books. Is there like a specific link to a post? Nope. It's just a physical one. I don't think there's any way for him to delete this though. I'm currently moving. November. Book printing. Books on the way to fulfillment place. Sorry for the delay. Okay, it's December. Books are rolling out. If you had an interest change, that's sounds like them on my ends. Every week. Okay, he says that he sent out the books. Also, there are no shipping numbers of these. All books. Oh, some books may end up missing. I'll let you hear an elsewhere. If not ready to announce it, let me know and we'll get squared away. February 4th, 2015. How long has it been? It's been almost a year. Backwards are so overseas for during the shortest. I'm going to cover the loss. It's only been a month since the last update. Housing situation. I have time to read the individual comments, so please don't assume I'm ignoring it. It should be update time. Reading the comments, and I understand the disappointment on my behalf. I'm quite surprised everyone thinks I'm scamming. Ha ha ha! Refunds, since so many people have already received their books. I literally had some small remaining few ones shipped out. Crowdfunding is not a store. Don't treat it as such. The book was printed and actually a final product. What's this one? I love the book and keep them updated. They're even close to a lot of books. Okay, so he's saying here that 3/4 of the books. This is only one book though. This was his old ad. Okay, I can kind of get why he would be okay. But then that's just like, that's literally... Alright. This is 2015. Alright, this is an important one. Smaller main views. Logging into Indiegogo and updating here is quite the nuisance for me, so I try to keep up with the news elsewhere. The people I ran up to jarring to say the least. If you want more insight on Mega Delay, I suggest reading this recent. 3/4 who've already streamed a book. So on his... So there's no tracking on it either, which is kind of also a bit of a red flag. But, oh my god. So basically he said, I was in future sweet. My main books are on their way. They'll be out before 2020 ends. Or else, okay, this is also an important one. I'm not giving any reasons since so many of your books, or else they'll come out before the end, or I'll personally refund anyone who requests this one after that time. Reason for delays, the game I'm developing took center stage. I said, I'm not scamming. These are people who receive books. You haven't read a book. You're soon in a week. Books, struggling with deadlines, like, the base. I wanted to get who supported the campaign a copy of the digital copy. Check the emails. Okay, this recording is actually getting a little bit longer than I wanted to. I'm not really saying a lot. Let me actually stop.